Shalom and welcome. In the days of the apostles, the true disciples of Yahusha called themselves followers of the way. They were marked by obedience to Yahuah's Torah, the testimony of Yahusha, and a set-apart life. But over time, deception has crept in, and what we know today in modern-day religion is far removed from the faith once delivered to the saints. Let us look carefully at Scripture and discern the difference between those who truly follow the way and those who cling to doctrines of demons. Acts 24. But this I confess unto you, that after the way, which they call heresy, I worship the Elohim of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the Torah and in the prophets. The way was not a new religion, it's the ancient faith that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob held to, walking in the commandments of Yahuah, with the added revelation of Yahusha as Messiah. 2 Peter 2. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the master that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Peter foresaw what we see today, the teaching that Yahuah's Torah is bondage, and that obedience is no longer required. By doing this, they're denying Yahusha, because he told us in John 14, "If you love me, keep my commandments." The scriptures tell us that Yahuah never changes, and that the Torah stands forever. Malachi 3, "For I am Yahuah, I change not." Psalm 119, "Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy Torah is the truth." Followers of the way know that Yahuah's Torah is eternal and cannot be changed. Modern-day religion teaches that it was nailed to the cross. This doctrine did not come from the mouth of prophets. It came from the councils of Rome. This is the very opposite of Yahuah's unchanging word. Yahusha tells us in Matthew 7, "Not everyone that says to me, Master, Master, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you that work lawlessness." Modern religion claims miracles and healings, but they have rejected Yahuah's Torah. Yahusha calls those people who live without the Torah workers of iniquity. Yahusha says, "Enter in through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there are many that go that way. Because strait is the gate and narrow is the way which leads to life, and few there are that find it." The way is narrow. It calls for obedience, holiness, faith, and endurance to the end. Modern religion offers a broad road. Just believe, no obedience required. But Yahusha warned us that few will find the way. Jeremiah 16, "O Yahuah, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit." The prophets foresaw the Gentile church age, where false doctrines would be inherited. Sunday worship, Christmas, Easter, lawlessness. These are not commanded by Yahuah. They come from pagan origins. 2 Esdras 7, "For there be many that perish in this life because they despise the Torah of Yahuah that is set before them. For Yahuah hath given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment." The Apocrypha affirms the same truth. Many perish because they despise Torah. Modern heretical teachers tell believers to despise the Torah. They call it bondage. This is the very doctrine of Satan. Revelation 14. "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahuah and the faith of Yahusha." Scripture defines the end-time saints by two things. They keep the commandments of Yahuah and the faith of Yahusha. Anything else is counterfeit. Deuteronomy 30. "I call heaven and earth to bear witness this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your seed may live, that you may love Yahuah your Elohim, and that you may obey his voice, and that you may cleave unto him, for he is your life, and the length of your days. The followers of the way choose life by keeping the Torah of Yahuah, and those who reject it have already chosen death. We are called to come out of her and walk in the narrow way of Yahusha, and endure to the end. Brothers and sisters, followers of the way obey Yahuah's Torah and hold to the testimony of Yahusha. Modern religion has embraced lawlessness, living in tradition and lies, making itself part of the synagogue of Satan. Revelation 18. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Let's choose the way. Let's walk as Yahusha walked. Let's keep the commandments of Yahuah and endure to the end. Shalom.